How I wish somebody can show me this is the way we are removing him in power, and we are getting a new president in power, not the army, not chaos, not anarchy. I would really support. But if we don't have that solution for now, I will keep the solution we have for now, for a better way of preparing. You see what we, and I pray to Kenyans, prepare well and prepare well how to remove the president.
Dagoretti North MP Presid has said she will support the removal of President William Ruto from office as long as it doesn't involve chaos or anarchy. In an interview on Sunday, July 27th, Elachi made it clear that in the absence of such an option, Kenyans should focus on voting him out in the next election. How I wish somebody could show me how to remove President William Ruto from power and get a new president. Not the military, not chaos or anarchy. I will really support. But if we don't have that solution, I will keep the solution we have for now, preparing to remove the president through the ballot, she said.
A democratic right of everyone to express themselves, which I think that's what Baba says when he starts. He says everyone has a right to express themselves. He does not say everyone has a right to get off the lane and do things that are not right. But he allows you to use the D that is in ODM, democratic.
This comes a month after former Deputy President Gachagua discouraged Kenyans opposed to Ruto's regime from using extra-legal means to remove him from office.
Nobody wants you out of power through unconstitutional means. Mr. President, I and the people we work with are on record. We want to remove you from State House through the ballot in 2027. This narrative you are creating that there is an attempt to overthrow your government is for you to have the opportunity to use a terrorism act to profile communities and to persecute leaders who are opposed to your administration.
Gachagua said that while the current regime in power is unpopular owing to its supposedly exploitive policies, the only means to remove the president is through the ballot. He observed that if Kenyans could put up with the presumably repressive regime of the late Daniel Moi, they could be patient for Ruto's first term and bar him from returning for a second one through the ballot.
Young people, the Gen Zs, looking at the scenario of what is happening and what William Ruto has planned, I want to ask my children, my sons and daughters, to consider applying the next onslaught against the President William Ruto by getting IDs and registering as voters so that they can deal with William Ruto on the ballot.
And 2 years is a long time, but not too long. The people of Kenya withstand the brutality of the colonial regime for years, but God saw them through. Again, we had 24 years of the Moi repression. Again, we prevail. Another 2 years of the Ruto regime will prevail. And I want to say, I have never advocated the removal of President William Ruto from office. I am a believer in the rule of law. I am a believer in the Constitution, Gachagua said.
We want to remind President Ruto that it is not the Kikuyus who want him out of office. It is the entire people of Kenya. Kenyans are suffering equally across the country. That is why Kenyans have said, if you, Mr. William Ruto, believe that it is the Kikuyus who want you out, then all Kenyans are Kikuyus. I want to thank the people of Kenya for standing out against this tribal profile.
Speaking a day earlier on Friday, June 27th, Ruto had urged his critics to present a clear and constructive alternative, dismissing calls for his removal.
And if it is Ruto must go, tell me how you want me to go. What? You know, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves. What do you mean? What do you mean by Ruto must go? How do I go? Because
if it is Ruto must go, then tell me how you want me to go. What do you mean by Ruto must go? Look for a better plan and convince the people of Kenya, Ruto said. Ruto argued that opposing his leadership must be rooted in ideas, not simply rejection, adding that those calling for his exit were not offering any meaningful solutions.
Convince the people of Kenya that you have a better plan This one of mine has created 250,000 jobs in the housing sector. Look for one that creates 500,000. This one of mine, I have brought down the cost of unga from 240 to 160. Look for one that brings it to 50. Violence will not.
You cannot replace a plan you don't like with no plan. The only thing you are armed with is hate and violence, and you want us to agree with you. There are very few faults in Kenya, Ruto added.
You know, do not tell us that you hate so-and-so. This one must go. That one must have this term or the other. And you have no strategy. I have said, you cannot replace a plan that is working that you don't like with no plan. The only thing you have, you are armed with hate and violence. And then
in August 2027. So just relax and stop crying wolf that anybody wants you out of office unconstitutionally. There is no leader here who is planning a coup, and none has the capacity, and nobody is interested.
Sisi tunasema vijana, shikilieni hapo hapo hapo, tusemezane na uwezi semezana kama kelele ni mingi. Hata Biblia inasema anga hasira hasara. Shida ni sisi wote wa Kenya tunapoamka asubuhi, jiulize wewe huwa unafanya nini kujenga Kenya mpya? Na kama wewe